business as usual is over. It takes courage to be successful. We got to be willing to lay ourselves out there, be brave, take risks, and do the right thing. Leadership has nothing to do with a title, nothing to do with a diploma, nothing to do with a label. Here's how we define leadership. Leadership is how you have chosen to live your life. Leadership is how you act, how you talk, the tone in your voice. And here's what's really interesting about leadership, because the moment you leave your house, you're influencing. Leadership means that you understand that you are influencing someone, a child, a coworker, a peer, someone in the grocery store. You are influencing someone every time you are in the presence of another human being. How many of you would say that kids are different now than they were 25 years ago? How about employees? You think employees are a little bit different now, the younger generation? Really? See, I don't agree. I think parents are different. I think managers are different. I think leadership has changed, but I don't think employees and kids have changed. I think employees and kids are doing what they've always done. They've looked to their parents, to their leaders, and from them they've taken examples of how to act. Sales isn't about necessarily selling a product. Sales is about selling ideas. Sales is about selling yourself. I do about 5 radio interviews a week, and the number one question and call-in I get is, how do I keep my job? And I said, because you better sell yourself. Nobody better be more proud, more assured that you have an absolute attachment to the bottom line of your company, that you validate what you are, that you bring value to this. If I were to walk up to any of you, CEO of your company or your business, and say, why should we keep you? You better have a 30-second answer that comes out of your mouth like that. I'm on an airplane, sitting next to a pretty grumpy guy. How many of you in here text? How many of you don't text? Anyone in here that doesn't text has literally said that you will no longer stay in communication with people 30 and under. And we can't afford to do that. I'm sitting next to what I call Grumpy Harry. I'm texting my husband, telling him I'm going to be late. And he goes, is that texting stuff? Yeah, stupid. So trying to change the subject, I talked to him about his family. Pretty soon we get to grandkids, his face finally lights up. I have a grandson, he says, Chad, 14. I said, you want to text him? Oh, he's in school. He texts, Chad, here you won the playoff game. He's a soccer player. Here you won the playoff game. Congratulations, Gramps. He says he's not gonna, and before he could finish his sentence, ding, ding. He said, who's that? I said, it's probably Chad. You don't have a lot of people in your address book, okay? Are married, have been married, or wish you weren't married? Do you know that almost every couple, we have a verbal and a nonverbal, and generally the verbal is which one? Woman. Most men, you talk between 3,000 and 4,000 words a day. On a good day, women, we talk between 10,000 and 12,000. Which is why when you guys get home and your 3,000 are gone, we have 9,000 left. Has anyone in this room since I have been talking, tweeted about me or anything I've said? Okay, great. I love it. Was it good? Okay, what did you do? You text me?
I text messaged my team and told
What did you tell?
I just told them I figured them all out.
Okay. How many people are on your Twitter account? 240. How many of you else tweeted in here? Any of you have over 1,000? How many do you have on your Twitter account? 1,700. There is no PR as good as that. How many of you have heard other people that you work with complain? And here are the top complaints. Listen to this. It's amazing. Employee complaint number 1. Connie, you won't believe how hard we work. Work. My company expects that I work from the moment I walk into the building until the moment I leave. Duh. That's why they call it. Do you understand that the number 1 employee complaint is that people are forcing us, get this, to work on the job? Employee complaint number 2, Connie, 3 of us are doing the work of 4. Have any of you ever heard that one? Are you jealous of the 4th one? The 4th one doesn't have a job. And here's employee complaint number 3, Connie, work just isn't fun. It's just not fun. I know. That's why they pay you money. Because they knew you wouldn't like it. Character. The definition of character is not how you and I act when life is going good. That's easy. Who we are, who we really are, the essence of ourselves as a person, that is how you and I choose to behave when our life is so far from what we had planned that we can barely breathe. Character is how we choose to act when we're tired or angry, stressed, jealous, upset, in the middle of a crisis. That's when our kids watch us, that's when our employees watch us, that's when our customers watch us. Sometimes people will email me and they say, Connie, if you had to give me one secret to success, what would it be? Mine has simply been this. I figured out what I could do really good, and I figured out what I can't do at all, and I go after the first, and I avoid the second. And sometimes people say, well, Connie, isn't the journey about learning and I don't have time for that. We have all these material possessions, and then we have relationships. And those 2 words, want and need, are exactly the opposite for each of those areas of our life. When it comes to material possessions, we need to focus on what we need and not so much on what we want. Relationships should be about choice. What do you want for your life? I would put it to you that happiness is not a given. I would put it to you that happiness is a fight, it's a struggle, it's a choice every day. Every day I wake up, I choose to be happy rather than sad. Every day I wake up, I choose to be jubilant. Every day I wake up, I choose to be optimistic rather than pessimistic, and things keep happening that get in my way, and I have to keep recommitting to that choice. Because if you believe you deserve happiness, you won't fight for it. Go find a job, whether you like it or you don't, whether you love it or not, whether you have a passion for it or not, but have a passion for doing one thing, doing it right, doing it well, doing it good, and learning every single thing you can, because the things that we do that we don't like are probably going to determine more what we finally end up doing that we love than almost anything else in the world. Balancing home and career. It's not about time, ladies and gentlemen. It's not about time. It's about self-respect. It's about identity. When I am on stage at work right now, I feel respected. I feel good. I feel smart. I feel proud. But I tell you what, when I go home at the end of a day and I walk into my own house, I have those same exact feelings. I feel respected as a mom, as a wife, as a friend, as a grandmother. I feel proud. I feel all the same things. Balancing home and career is not about hours. It's about how you feel in each of the areas of your life. The choices you make from the moment you leave the office, the type of relationships you have, who you choose to hang out with, the quality of your life, how you take care of yourself, you know what? Those choices will probably determine more about your success in your career than almost anything you do on the job. In order to get to be 50, 60, or 70 years old and still have the energy and the inclination and the health, you've got to start making really good choices in your life when you're 25 and 30 and 35. What you eat, what you drink, what you put into it, the type of relationships that you have in your life. The day that you can answer yes to 2 questions, are you really proud of your professional choices? And at the end of the day, are you really proud of your personal choices? The day you can answer yes to those 2 questions, there will not be a richer person in the world than you.